Here is your raw review. My life before I go to Germany this week. I'm here on a Monday. Are you surprised to see me? A little late. Not used to being on this late on a work week. Um, but I am here. Sorry about the couple of minute delay. Let's talk about Raw. We like to talk about what stood out to me. And again, trying to pull up the stuff on my laptop, but there's a lot of stuff going on my laptop for some odd reason. My God. Okay. Okay. This is too much. Okay. Now I'm on Apple News. Now I'm on messages. Okay. Can I please go to Firefox? Anyways, so the Jay Uso thing, what stood out to me, did anyone get pinned? Maybe I was doing a lot, such as packing. But what I saw, I didn't really see anyone get pinned. What I mean by that is I saw Jay Uso win, I guess, by countouts. Maybe he won because Seth Rollins ran away, but I don't recall anyone getting the 1, 2, 3. So, that being said, a weird way for him to win his first title defense. Well, to me, a weird way for him to win. Sammy Sane helping is not a surprise. Again, I am editing my tags. It doesn't let me edit it until after I go live. Still don't know how to edit it before. Hey, how are you? Okay, glad to see things are going with your memoir. Did you watch Raw tonight? Did you watch Raw? I am speaking on the top of my head. What stood out while I'm doing my tags? What stood out was that Jay Uso match at the end of the night. What was that? Did he win by countouts? Did Seth Rollins just run away and gave up? I'm a little confused. Little confused with that. Little confused, not to be negative, a little confused with Roxanne and if she is main roster or NXT. We did just see her face Io in NXT. We saw her face Rhea on Raw, and now we're seeing her face Io again on Raw. So, what is Roxanne at this point? Is she NXT? Um, This Gunther, I guess we are using Michael Cole as a piece that will help this storyline, basically. A lot of Michael Cole references with Pat McAfee. He mentioned Michael Cole a lot. Did not realize that he was going to be that much part of it. We shall see if he's involved in the match. I'm hoping if they keep mentioning him, somehow he will get involved, right? Okay, we have Spetty. How are you? Yes, it's good to see you here on a Monday night. Yeah, I don't know. Gunther, he's going to win clearly, but why? Why is he doing this? Why does he care? Why isn't he trying to get his rematch from Jay Uso? Why is he even entertaining this? How are you tonight, by the way? And Anthony, how are you? Oh, okay. I didn't realize the Knicks are on. Are they a baseball team? I heard of them. I don't mean to sound uneducated, or are they basketball? I know they're one or the other. If you say it's football, I'm a scream. Mm, So let's me pull up everything because again, I was talking about things that stood out to me on the top of my head. Now let me pull up the card and everything so I can recall what happened. I think something also happened with the Sheamus and Austin Theory. What has become of Austin Theory? Once he was a dominant force who even defeated John Cena, and this is something that will stick out to you, that should stick out to you. We do recall John Cena basically letting Austin Theory know at the end of the night, if you do win, at the end of the night, it's not going to affect your career. And man, did he make him eat his words. right? Because he did get defeated, John Cena by Austin Theory. But what has that led to? What has that led to? Mm, I hope I am wrong with Austin Theory with what we are seeing, but let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. A lot of releases. So, there were a lot of people tonight on X stating that they weren't going to watch Raw because of all of the releases. We will see how true that is with the viewerships. I will admit I was a little late watching. I was like, what, 25 minutes late. So I was a little late because I was trying to catch up real fast. But again, I'm traveling Thursday, so I want to make sure I got live before I leave. Um, Still gonna do 3 times a week posting, but I want to make sure I went on live before Thursday. Um, Raw, I don't know. It's not feeling like it's popping. What I mean by that, it's not feeling like we have to see it, but it is good to watch. Gunther's gonna hurt Pat again. Pat McAfee. Again, he is using Michael Cole a lot for a little bit of sympathy. Did not expect that route. Did not expect that. So now that I got the results in front of me to recall, let's see. I do know there was a Becky and Lyra back and forth. I think we saw that last week too, though. So I can't believe backlash is already coming. Does not feel like backlash is coming. I feel like the bill could be a little bit better. What I mean by that is, have we even seen John Cena? Really, this match is becoming an afterthought between him and Randy Orton. And if you can, please like this video. It does help. Please like. But yes, I don't know what is going on with John Cena in this Randy Orton match. How we're supposed to be excited when you don't even see John Cena really doing much. So let's get to it. So we did have, let me get Paul Heyman and Jay Uso. Again, Paul Heyman is someone that can draw heat. Are we excited with what he's doing with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker? I do feel like this is something new for him, but I don't know if this is his best work yet. He's just getting started. But a lot of people do like the pair. Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman is good. I don't know how what you call it fits in. I don't know how Braun Breaker would fit into this, but he is playing his role right, so he's trying at least. Him and Seth Rollins do have great chemistry, I will say that. But them two arguing, Paul Heyman and Jay Uso, as you know, they did work together already, part of the bloodline, so that indicates that they already have a little history. Okay. And how are we liking Jay Uso as champion? I do like it. I do like it. Um, I don't know what else to expect. I feel like Sami Zayn is going to take the title from him. As much as he's involved in this storyline, it feels like Sami Zayn is going to be positioned to take the title from Jay. It would be believable if Sami Zayn does defeat a Jay Uso. So, Sami Zayn, okay, let's see. Okay, so what else do we have going on? Penta versus JD. We really don't need to talk about this. Penta one. I mean, you don't even need to see the match to know what happened. Penta clearly was going to defeat JD. It was really no matchmaker. I feel like with Penta, it's gotten a little stale. He's not really facing competitors that have some kind of aura around them. You are facing a lot of people that we consider jobbers. JD is considered a jobber to many. He is the punching bag of the Judgment Day. That being said, why did JD have to face Penta? Doesn't make any sense. But maybe to give Penta a win. But again, why can't he face anyone else with a little bit more credibility instead of these people that we know he's going to defeat? So, turn on some music just to bring the vibe a little bit. But Penta, what is going to happen with him? Is he going to keep facing these people where we know he's going to win? Is he going to have a championship match, guys? At this point, I'm giving mid card title. Mid card title. Do you see that for Penta? By the way, please like it does help. But I don't know what is next for Penta. I mean, he is defeating all these jobbers. He's not really doing much. Storyline wise, we really don't know why he's facing these people half the time. But that being said, we need to build some story for him. I feel like him having these matches isn't really doing him any favors if there are not any stories behind them. Okay. We had Gunther versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory, Austin Theory lost. This is not a surprise. I don't know what happened after Vince McMahon has left. Austin Theory pushed left with us. Austin Theory's push left with Vince McMahon, clearly. We don't know what's next for Austin Theory. We don't know if Triple H doesn't like Austin Theory. Again, I don't know what's going on at this point, but all I know is he's not getting no push. But Sheamus did face him. I'm fine if that is what you're asking. If you're asking where I'm from, I'm in Michigan, but I hope you are fine, Ravi. If this is a legitimate question, and did you watch Monday Night Raw? That is what we're currently talking about. Spetty, you got a little quiet. I don't know if you left, but yes. Did you like Raw tonight? Um, Again, Sheamus defeating Theory. I don't know how this helps either man. I mean, Theory we knew was going to lose. At this point, I did state that JD was almost jobber like. Austin Theory is about to be in that category soon. As I told you guys before, John Cena did tell him, once you defeat me at WrestleMania, it's not going to mean much. So therefore, I'm still thinking about that statement all these years later, and that is accurate. Carrying Cross did something while during commercial break, doing one of his promos. You know, they're giving him a little camera time because one of his interviews went viral and everybody was such in awe. And the way he was presenting himself, the way that he was speaking, carrying across. So they gave him a little bit of this stuff where they're doing interviews while they're outside the crowd. I don't know really what to say about this. What I mean is it's okay. It gets boring after a while seeing the crowd like this. Um Sometimes they don't get a reaction like a carrying cross. Carrying cross for some odd reason gets a lot of online factions, get a lot of online wave, but then when it's actually time for the crowd to cheer for his ass, they get really quiet in real life. I don't know if it's awkwardness. Is he awkward in real life compared to on TV? I don't know. Again, please like this video. It does help. Again, happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday, y'all. But we did have carrying cross with Kathy Kelly. They were speaking about, I don't even know, he was hyping as usual, trying to hype himself up. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. That is probably something that has happened plenty of times in New Japan Wrestling. So that being said, this is going to be a treat. This is going to be a treat. I am excited for that one. They are former Bullet Club members, right, Spetty? If you kept up with them, former Bullet Club members. Not sure if they were in the faction at the same time, but I do know they were part of that. Let's see. We had Lyra and Becky face to face. We unfortunately we have two things that are wrong. We have one thing where they say Becky Lynch doesn't have any promo work, no promo skills. So a lot of the WWE fans on X and Blue Sky are stating they are a little bored, and even on the Facebook groups are saying they're a little bored with her mic work, Becky Lynch. Then we have Lyra, who everyone calls Bird Girl, where they say she has really no personality and she dresses like a little girl. Um, we have fans that really just don't generally like her for no reason. So combining these two, we have this promo back and forth. They did what they could do. I have to be honest. Becky is okay. She's not the best, but I wouldn't talk about her in a negative way. She's not that bad to me. But that being said, Lyra is stepping it up with her wardrobe, isn't she? She's no longer looking like that little grown woman in a teenage body kind of thing. She's looking more like a grown woman with these skirts and these grown woman outfits. So it's good to see a different style from her. Even the way she dresses brings a little bit more character development to Lyra. Again, we only know her with the angel wings and the woo, whatever she does when she goes to the ring. But we don't really know much about her. Again, she reminds me of Michelle Chang and Julia Chang from Tekken. I guess if you like those kind of characters, those that like nature, those that are in tune with spirits, I guess. I don't know if that's her kind of Native American tribe character she's doing, like a Michelle Chang or Julia Chang. But again, that's what it reminds me of. But I don't think that she's gonna lose the belt that fast. So is this match happening at Backlash? If so, I don't think she's gonna lose. We have Io Sky versus Roxanne. I don't understand this at all. I do apologize. I am not trying to be rude in any kind of way, but I don't understand why Roxanne is even on Raw if she's an NXT person. So I don't know why she keeps showing up every week. Again, does the brand split even exist? Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be discarded when you have situations like this where you just have people from NXT showing up anyways. Yes, you guys always try to give that excuse that they're trying to get her warmed up or trying to get her used to the crowd. We heard that all before, but they've been doing this for a couple months now where they've been having Roxanne basically coming on the main roster. I mean, she was even in Elimination Chambers. So again, is she a main roster person or is she again a NXT person? I don't think she would be an NXT person at this point, considering how involved she is with Raw. She's very involved with the Raw division. So let's see what is next. What is next? I didn't like how Io Sky was celebrating her win. Like, girl, you just defeated an NXT person. Why are you over here cheering like you defeated a Grand Slam champ? I mean, yeah, it was a lot of back and forth, and she did win by what, a schoolgirl at the end. They were doing a lot of different variations of pins, and then at the end, Io Sky was the one that got the last laugh. But the way she was celebrating was a little weird considering Roxanne is named on the main roster and she felt like a huge threat to you. Good way to make Roxanne look tough, but it was a little odd for the champion. Why? Uh, okay. Okay, so let's see what else is new. Um, we did have, oh yeah, Rusev versus Otis. We all knew that Rusev was going to win. He is the returning person. So anytime someone does return, such as someone from AEW that's either coming new or returning, they're going to get a little baby face push or a big push when they first arrive to WWE. So that being said, Rusev returning back to WWE and facing Otis and then making him tap out to the point he couldn't get up wasn't very surprising that they would make Otis look like this. Again, Otis has been in WWE for a couple years at this point, maybe even almost 8 or 10 years at this point. For him to just be dominated by someone that's returning, kind of like what happened to his character. This Alpha Academy, they're still doing this. I thought maybe after Chad Gable they would have separated them by now, but clearly they are still having it continuing. That being said, Otis, I really don't know how he can bounce back from being dominated like that unless he goes for solo gold. I do feel like I was going to call him Myro, but I know that's not his name. I do know Rusev could be mid card champion. Maybe he could be the Intercontinental champion and dethrone a Dominic Mysterio. Maybe Rusev could be the new intercontinental champion by dethroning Dominic Mysterio. That is just a thought, y'all. YouTube. That is just a thought about what is next with not Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Braun Strowman because he just got released. But um Dominic Mysterio, that could be a good feud between the two guys. Main event, we did have Rusev versus no, I'm sorry. We had Jay Uso versus Seth Rollins with wasn't Braun Breaker on the sidelines. Oh yeah, he was involved in the match. He even speared Jay Uso. Again, I don't know what happened. I don't know if Seth Rollins ran away and we didn't see him no more. He got counted out. I don't know if there was a disqualification at some point outside of the ring, and that's why they just kept it going. But whatever happened, the ending was a little weird to me. It was a little weird how there was no pinfall, and this is Jay Uso's first ever title defense. So that being said, a little disappointed. This is the first time he's defended that title, and this is how it ended. But I am wishing him nothing but the best in his title reign, y'all. But this Monday Night Raw, out of 10, I would say 8.4 out of 10. Those that watch the replay, what would you rate it? Those that are watching that come and go, thank you, thank you. If you have not, please like and sub. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. Please like and sub. I post pro wrestling news 3 times a week. But it's been a long day. I'll be back. Again, I'm going away to Germany for 2 weeks starting Thursday. So I'll try to do lives. Again, I'll still post 3 times a week. But my lives may be short or I may do recap videos pre recorded. But I will try to just go live probably during the weekend. But this is Markel's World. All things pro wrestling news, my life. Please like this video. Please like and please sub. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. Peace.